What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. I am so surprised by the amount of people being so interested at current affairs happening in Russia from a Russian citizen that I thought I will make you another video. But a big thanks to all the people subscribing, liking, commenting, and following me on Patreon. Guys, you are amazing. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support, and let's get into the video. As you guys know, Ukraine has infiltrated Kursk region, and they're doing it very successfully because they are taking big chunks of land. Now, this is the current situation in Kursk. On 14th of August, the Ukrainian forces are not reducing the intensity of raid operations despite some losses, obviously, because when you do things like this, you get losses. And guys, in no way am I a military expert. The closest I've been to military is playing Call of Duty and Battlefield, but that is it. I'm just talking about what I see and my opinions. But this is basically what I have been able to source out for every single one of you out of a lot of Telegram channels run by Russians, pro-Z Russians, and the good patriotic Russians, which are against the war. And let me read this out to you. In the Korenivka direction, battles are taking place near Snagist. Ukrainian armed forces formations have been spotted near Olgovka. That is what one of the Telegram channels write. Another one says, in Sudzha, the Ukrainian army occupied high-rise buildings and set up sniper positions on the roofs of the building. According to war correspondent, the building of Sudzhan Agricultural College was seriously damaged as the result of fire. Part of regional center of Sudzha, which is one of the places where the Ukrainian forces actually took it under control, and there's intense battles there right now at the moment, is still effectively a gray zone, which one of the Telegram channels writes about, because there's local resistance from Russian security forces happening over there. Now, what is the title of this video about? About trenches, hiring somebody to dig trenches? What are you talking about? In normal countries, you got soldiers who are the ones who are digging trenches, or if we're living in the 21st century, you got special machinery that does it very quick. Not in Kursk. If you see this image right here and you're wondering, Ivan, what the heck is this? This is an image from a Russian Craigslist type of website where people can sell their cars, buy houses, look for jobs, all sorts of stuff over at that website. And if we look over here, it literally says that they are hiring people to dig trenches in the Kursk region. In recent days, they made over 30 advertisements for hiring people to work as trench diggers, pillbox and anti-tank construction, with pay up to 7,000 rubles per shift. And you might be wondering, how much is 7,000 rubles? It's around $70–65 range. Sounds like a job that isn't very dangerous, but if you consider drones and Ukraine's army running around the place, is your life even worse? $70. Flippin' heck, it's crazy. Meanwhile, at the Army 2024 forum, which Putin opened up, and he was like, look at us. We're not scared of anybody. Look at what we got over here. They presented the high-tech 21st century spy device. Now, this is something you might have thought only James Bond would have had. It is so spectacularly engineered that you would have never known that this device over here is a spying device. Let's check it out.
Камень.
You might be wondering, Ivan, how much did it cost to engineer such a spectacular piece of machinery that nobody would have ever noticed anywhere. 5 million rubles. And I won't hold you in suspense. And it's about the time to tell you how much it actually costed in dollars to make this thing. It only costed Russia $55,000 to make a camera look like a rock and say that it is one of the high-techiest spying wear that you could ever get yourself. What is going $55,000 to make a piece of plastic look like a rock and put a huge flip-in camera, which you could obviously see is a flip-in camera? Are they smoking some substances or what? I don't understand this, because you could put a GoPro inside or something, or an Insta360, whatever. Those cameras are tiny. You don't need a flip-in rock with a hole like this. Imagine walking around and you see a flip-in rock with a hole like this and a camera. And where would you even place this? I mean, I understand drones flying around. You can't even hear them most of the time. They're flying at high altitude. With this rock, so you would imagine like a Russian soldier would like run up to the enemy lines, drop a rock, and be like, well, it's only a rock. I'm just running around with a rock. This is not Russian high-tech spy piece of hardware that I was carrying around that looks like a rock. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I have no comments about that whatsoever. Type in the comment section below what you guys think about this. Now, what is even crazier is a story of two teenagers that were born in 2006. You might be wondering, what is this story? It's a story that happened in Russia, in Nizhny Novgorod. Those guys are about what, 17, 18 years old? Well, guess what they did? And before I tell you what they did, I'll tell you one thing. A criminal case, surprisingly enough, was opened on them. You might be wondering why a school child? Criminal case? Did he kill somebody? What did he do? They made fake news about the Russian army. And what do you do in any country, in any democratic country, if somebody says something bad about your army or that they're not doing the right thing? You open up a criminal case, because that is how democracy works in Russia, supposedly. They recorded a kitchen conversation video about politics, and somebody sent out that video to their school principal. And guess what their school principal did? You're right, he sent over that video to the police. Let me read this out a little to you. In October 2023, two 11th graders from Nizhny Novgorod filmed a kitchen conversation in which they discussed the army, Ukraine, Russia, and their teachers. The recording was later sent to the principal's email. The school's director, Nina Govorova, contacted the police. Reports were drawn up against the students for discrediting the army. The actual school has banned actions like this, so now you're not allowed to speak about politics inside of the school. Almost a year later, an expert examination found signs of dissemination of false information about the Russian army in the video. A criminal case was opened the day before yesterday, and yesterday the teenagers were detained. Their homes were searched, during which equipment was seized. The school children face up to 10 years in prison. Imagine this, you're a 17-year-old person who actually has some brain cells left inside your brain. You start talking about the situation in Russia. You show your opinions that you're against a lot of what's happening in Russia. For example, the war, the government, the military. And you're 17 years old. You might be wondering, well, what can happen? You know, I could say whatever I want. I got the right in the Constitution. Guess what? No. You're going to be going to prison for 10 years, and you're going to come out when you're 27. So the golden years of your life are going to be you rotting in a Russian jail cell just because you wanted to speak out about what is going on in Russia. Unbelievable. Now you could imagine what could happen to me. Speaking about my opinions and what I say on this channel, I'd probably get a life sentence in a Russian gulag camp somewhere in Siberia where I'd have to be weaving around some gloves for I don't even know who. This is the reality of Russia today, and I hope that you found those news quite interesting. When we get more updates, I will definitely post them out on this channel. Really appreciate every single one of you subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, following my Patreon. Really appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Very nice seeing every single one of you. Keep safe and keep peaceful. Let's hope that peace comes to our earth very soon.